Hey guys, it's Wheeling the Gamer Girl here, and since 2026 has already started and it's January 1st. Happy New Year everybody! So today we're actually going to discuss on things that are going to happen in 2026. So first off, we'll discuss on what is going to come for my part first. So let's actually begin with the video. So in 2026, I will actually be starting on another subject called research methods. It is actually the final subject in order for me to pass, and actually if you want to go for your internship, then you have to pass one or two subjects if I'm not mistaken. And as well as this, I've actually been doing my driver's license ever since I started it last year. So it's been a year since I got my learner's license, and hopefully by this year I will get my P license so I'm able to drive my friends somewhere. Okay, so that one is actually done. So next up, I would actually like to talk about the internship that is actually happening this year. So as mentioned before, I am not too sure when my internship is. Yes, I know it's supposed to be this year, but I have not decided a date when to go for the internship since it hasn't started for me yet. And as well as this, there are no announcements yet on when my internship is going to be held at. And eventually, if you want to go for internship, then it's actually going to take 3 or 4 months. It depends on which job you're taking, and at times like that it is a bit difficult because sometimes I cannot upload videos on the weekends or weekdays, and during like public holidays they'll tell me to go back to the office and do some work. I think that's what it happens. I think it happens at times, so you don't have to worry about it because actually I did schedule my videos. So yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I did that. So yeah, I scheduled my videos so that it wouldn't be so hard for me to juggle both my internship and also my channel a lot. And as well as this, I do believe for myself that times I'm really busy with my internship, sometimes I have to go back to the office, and eventually, yes, that is actually the reason why I had to do it. So I'm really sorry about this. That thing is gonna actually happen sometime in 2026. But anyways, that's done now. So let's go and discuss what films are going to be released in 2026. Please do note that I am actually only going to include the ones that I'm mostly familiar with. Okay, so first up we have Hoppers. So Hoppers is actually an upcoming American animated science fiction action comedy film. It's released by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures, and it actually tells the story about an animal lover named Mabel Tanaka. She's a 19-year-old girl and an animal lover that is transferred into a robotic beaver. And as well as this, she's voiced by Piper Kurda. And we do have Bobby Moyan. He's the voice of King George, a beaver monarch. John Hamm is Major Jerry, a greedy mayor. Meryl Streep, the insect queen, and is a butterfly. And we do have a lot of the voice actors and actresses who are going to voice these characters. But please don't give out any spoilers yet to the movie on Hoppers because it has not been released in theaters yet. We don't know what the story is about, and we do not know who is actually the villain, because I know Major Jerry is the villain of the movie, but we don't know who's actually going to be the next villain of the story. So yeah, please don't give any spoilers yet because it has not been released in theaters, and I do not want to let anyone do this thing, because if you do it, then you're gonna give out spoilers. So we don't want anyone to do it, okay? Alright, so next up we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So the Super Mario Galaxy movie, so sorry about the notifications. It keeps on popping out. Sorry about that. It's my fault. I did not change it to do not disturb feature, so I do apologize for the inconvenience caused. Okay. So next up I want to discuss is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So this is actually a movie that I have seen, and it's only the trailer, so eventually we don't know what the story is about yet. Although the trailer has been released, we still don't know what is the movie about. So please, again, as mentioned, please do not give out any spoilers to that movie because this movie has not been released yet. And eventually, I don't want anyone to spoil it because if you spoil the movie, it's not going to be enjoyable for anyone to watch. So please, fingers crossed, we hope that this movie gets released in theaters. So next up, we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So it is actually an upcoming animated adventure comedy film. It was based on the 2007 video game called Super Mario Galaxy. And because of this, it has Nintendo's broader Mario franchise. It is actually a sequel to the 2023 movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And yes, it has been produced by Illumination and Nintendo, and also distributed by Universal Pictures. As well as this, yes, the voice cast and actors are still the same, except some of them did not appear in the first movie because we do have Rosalina, Bowser Jr., and I believe that there are some characters as well. I'm not 100% sure if there's any other characters as well to appear in this movie, but who knows? We'll find out soon, okay? So please, fingers crossed, we hope it's in theaters soon, alright? So next up, we have Toy Story 5. So Toy Story 5, again, another Pixar movie that is gonna come out, and it's also the 5th main installment of the Toy Story film series. As mentioned, this is the longest film franchise to be actually aired on Pixar Animation Studios, and it was owned by the Walt Disney Company. As well as this, yes, it is a sequel to the 4th Toy Story movie as well, you know, in 2019, so it's like 7-year gap. So we do have like a lot of characters that are going to be there because I noticed that Lily Pad is going to be in this movie as well, and it's actually a tablet. So actually, Bonnie, who is an 8-year-old, she becomes annoyed by her new favorite playing anything by a tablet named Lilypad. And as well as this, I've noticed in the Wikipedia that Lilypad is going to be the main antagonist of the movie, but we don't know who is going to be the secondary antagonist. Okay, please, again, do not spoil anything for Toy Story 5. I know the trailer has been released on YouTube. Please, do not spoil it, because if you spoil the movie, it is not going to be enjoyable. So please, don't do that, alright? Next up, we have Minions 3. So yes, so Minions 3 is actually an upcoming American comedy film that was directed by, again, Pierre Coffin, who voiced the Minions, and it was written by Brian Lynch, who is an American film and comic book writer. It is also produced by Illumination, as well as this, yes, Illumination is going to produce 2 movies this year, along with Pixar. And I do believe that in Walt Disney feature canon, they also do have another movie called Hex. I am not too sure what the story is about, but it's coming in November, so it's a long way because it's January, right? So eventually we still need to wait and see what the movie is about, okay? So please, don't give out any spoilers yet, alright? Because if you give out any spoilers, it's not going to be fun, and I don't want anyone to do it, okay? Alright, so Minions 3, well, I think the voice actors are going to be the same again, and I'm not too sure who is the main antagonist. And are we really going to have new characters in Minions as well? Well, I'm not too sure about it yet. And it's also a sequel to the Minions, The Rise of Gru. It was released in 2022, and it was a prequel to the first Despicable Me movie. and it was the third film for the Minions film series. And it was actually the 7th entry overall of the Despicable Me franchise. And please, don't worry, the Despicable Me franchise is not going to be discontinued, okay? Please, don't try to say that, oh, just because they haven't created any movies since last year doesn't mean they have to be discontinued. They're still doing it for like 16 years, alright? Unlike the Tinkerbell franchise, as mentioned earlier, yes, it ended 11 years ago. So please don't compare with Despicable Me and the Tinkerbell film franchises to say like, oh, just because Despicable Me has more movies than, the Tinkerbell franchise does not mean that they are the same. They're different, alright? And I do believe in Minions 3. I'm not too sure who the characters are, but we do see Gru again, and I'm not too sure about the rest of them. So we'll have to find out and see. Fingers crossed, we hope so, okay? And since Disney actually produced a live action film last year of Lilo and Stitch, now they are producing Moana. So it's actually an upcoming American musical adventure film. It's actually the adaptation of Disney's 2016 movie, Moana. It's actually the third installment of the Moana franchise. And yes, it is still active, okay? As well as this, yes, we do see like a lot of the live action characters as well, and I think instead of Albi something, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce her name properly. It's very hard for me. We do have Catherine Lagaya as Moana, and we have Dwayne Johnson again as Maui. He does reprise his role from the animated films. As well as this, we do have live action cast members as well, unlike the animated series of Moana. So yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why we got a sequel, and also the live action film. So yeah, I think it's going to be the same. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out soon. As well as this, we do have the Angry Birds 3 movie. It's actually an upcoming comedy film, and it is actually a sequel to the Angry Birds 2 movie and the Angry Birds movie. And as well as this, the characters are going to have the same roles. They're going to have the same voice cast as well. And we're not too sure about the story and who is the main antagonist. So please, once this release before Christmas, then yes, we'll be able to find out what the story is about. But for now, please don't spoil it, okay? Anyways, that's all for the films that are going to be released this year. And I hope to see them in theaters as well. And we do have one more film that I forgot to mention, Hex. So actually, Hex is going to be another film that is going to be released this year, and I am not too sure when is it going to be in theaters. We don't know the story. As well as this, it is one of the original films that is not a sequel, and I think they're bringing back like movies that are not sequels. I do believe in 2024 and 2025 they had sequels for Zootopia and Moana. I do recall that at times like that they would have sequels. At times they won't, so it actually depends. Unlike Disney Toon Studios, where they actually do have a lot of sequels, I do believe at some point, they're not produced by the Walt Disney Animated Canon, as mentioned earlier before. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for the movies that are going to be discussed. And I hope in the future that I will be able to complete my studies, and I will be able to, go for my internship as well, and eventually I know this year is going to be a lot harder than it looks. I know, because I won't be making a lot of videos because I'll be going for my internship. it seems a little sad, and I do feel down because I won't be able to make videos, unlike the past few years where I was free. I was able to make videos, but I don't think this time I would be able to. I'm not too sure why, but hopefully when I get a break, I will still make videos. Don't worry, I am not leaving YouTube. Okay? Please, guys, I am not leaving YouTube, alright? I'm not closing down my channel, alright? So please, I only did this video is because, at times I am bored, and it's been 9 years since I created this YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. It's been 9 years since I created this channel. I joined YouTube on the 17th of June 2017. I was 14 at the time, but I didn't do any videos until I was around most like 14 and a half, so like almost 15 years old. I started my first video in May of 2018, so it's like 8 years since I have started this channel as well. Like this is actually like an 11-month gap, and I was actually so excited to do my YouTube channel. I did have like a lot of good memories, the good times that I had on my channel, but that's always the thing that comes to mind. You want to create a YouTube video? Go ahead. Just be who you are, be yourself, and as well as this, don't ever give up on your dreams, and just make sure you do things the right way, and don't bully each other, Just be nice, be calm, be confident. I had a lot of issues where Hidarni actually cyberbullied a lot of users, and he did say a lot of bad stuff about the Bay City Rollers legacy, especially for the late frontman Les McEwen. Yeah, it's been 5 years since he passed away. I was really sad. I was heartbroken when I saw the news. And actually, I forgot to mention, it's been 5 years since I have started to listen to the Bay City Rollers song, 5 years. I'm really serious, like 5 years, 5 years since I started to listen to the Bay City Rollers songs. It has been like a long journey ever since the pandemic started. And because of this, I've learned a lot of lessons throughout the years. And I hope in 2024, 2025, it was actually not a bad experience, but sometimes I had ups and downs with my studies as well, and as well as this, I hope 2026 will be a great year, and we hope that everyone stays healthy, stays active. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourself. Don't compare others just because you are, just because you have more subscribers than anyone doesn't mean that, you have to show off. At times like that, we're all busy. We can't do a lot of videos in one day, but we get through it at times, and we never give up with each other. We always support each other no matter what. If it's the ups and downs, rights or wrongs, don't worry. There's always another way. And trust me when I say this. This year will actually be better. And I just hope that, I don't make the same mistakes as last year, because, I was actually really, really busy with, my studies. I couldn't do anything about it because after I reached my final year, I decided to take a break from my YouTube channel for a while on uploading videos. I know it's a hard journey for me, but we'll get over it, and don't worry about it. It will be okay. As well as this, I would like to say thank you for all the support you've given me for 8.5 years, and I hope to do better on the channel as well. I've reached 5,000 1,000 subscribers last year, and actually it was a great milestone for me because I managed to never give up on myself, and because of this I was able to make a lot of friends on YouTube. And I would like to say thank you for all the support you've given to me, and I hope 2026 will be a great year as well. Anyways guys, that's all that I have to say about this video. If you do have any questions on what to do in 2026 or what are your suggestions, please do let me know in the comments down below. Anyways guys, that's all I have to say. Adios.